was a tough loss for everybody. That was a good team, but we all felt like we were a better team even before the game. And then obviously we had the lead at halftime. We led, most of the game, but obviously we didn't come up with the win. So when we got back, that plane ride was quiet. A lot of people, including myself, we couldn't really sleep that night. But the next day, coach came in and he told us just, next game mentality. We had to put that behind us, and we have to get ready for this game, tomorrow versus Duquesne, because, obviously they're a tough team, and this is their biggest game of the year. So for us, this is, one of our biggest games too, is to bounce back from a loss and, just to come in and make sure that we're prepared and ready to go in there tomorrow and fight.
What do you feel like keeps you up or prevents you from sleeping in situations like that? Is it just the loss in general, or do you think back to specific plays much at all?
I think it was the loss more than anything, because like I said, we felt like we were better than that team. There was just certain plays down the stretch that, if we would have executed this better, executed that better, it would have been a better outcome for us. And, we didn't play our best game, and we only lost by 1 on the road to a top 15 team. So, obviously that hurt. But like I said, we just, we had to move on from it and just get ready for tomorrow.
Can you be encouraged by that? Like you said, didn't play your best game and still only came up 1 point short of top 15 team on the road.
I wouldn't really say encouraged because, we have the confidence in our team that, we can play with anybody. Even though that team was top 15, there's no, moral victories. There was no, we weren't hype after the game that we only lost by 1 because we lost at the end of the day. We expected to win that game. So I wouldn't say that we were encouraged at all, but at least we know that we can, go on the road in a tough environment and, compete.
On that note, do you think perhaps you could have learned more from that one game, given the opponent and environment, than perhaps your first 6 games that you played?
Yeah, that was definitely, the hardest team that we played. Obviously, it was our first true road game. We have a lot of new guys on this team, including myself. So, it was a different feeling going into that gym and playing in front of all those people. They had a huge crowd. That was the first time they were ranked in a long time, so especially that high. So that was a tough environment for us. It was a learning experience, and I feel like, we'll continue to build off of that.
Malik, what do you know about this Duquesne series? Some people say it's a rivalry, some don't, but it's kind of a new era for both programs here in Pittsburgh. Just what does this matchup mean to you?
It's a city game, so just competing to see who's the best team in Pittsburgh, and obviously we feel like we're the best team. I'm sure they feel like they're the best team in Pittsburgh. So we're just gonna go out there and it's gonna be a fight, and hopefully we come up on top.
Did you have any series like this when you were at St. John's? Was there any sort of similar opponents the way that Pitt and Duquesne are?
I wouldn't say no, because we mostly had the conference rivals, but we never had any New York versus New York. Maybe Syracuse, maybe, but they're still, I don't know, they're in ACC now. But that was probably the closest thing to it.
But just rivalries in general growing up. When you get into a game like that, the emotions are probably going to be high. Just how do you handle some of that? We've been preparing, the whole summer, fall, and leading up to now for this game in particular. We had today for the preparation. Just go in there and just be confident. Don't be too excited. Don't go in there over anxious, with super high emotions, because that can affect you. Just go in there and play your game. Make sure that we're all just ready. Just go in there and fight, and stick to the game plan. And if we do that, we'll be successful.
Yeah, I guess among your all's top 8 players, Malik, as far as minutes per game, 4 of them, it's their first year here. So even for a guy like you or like Jared, who's maybe only been here a little over a year, how much of an educational effort has there been to kind of teach these guys, hey, Duquesne may have not been a program you would have thought much about before you got here, but this is what this game means, not just to us, but to people in the city. Has there been any kind of effort or outreach like that on your all's part as older players? For
sure. We're all well aware of the rivalry that stands in Pittsburgh when it comes to Duquesne versus University of Pitt, and we want to prove every year that we're the better team. We feel that we're the better team, so we're gonna go in there tomorrow thinking we're the better team. We're gonna fight, and we're just gonna prove that we are the better team. We're gonna come out with the victory.
What about the way they play and what you see from them
From what I've seen so far on the film, they're very free flowing. They don't, there's not a lot of plays that they run. They seem like, their guards are very aggressive, always in attack mode. They shoot a lot of threes, and, they like to run and jump. They like to speed the game up. So that's what I see basically from them is they don't, they're not very, they don't run a lot of plays, this and that. They just go out there and play. And, they look like they play hard too. So we just got to make sure we take care of the ball. And, good thing for us is that's our tempo too. We play a high-paced tempo. So it's going to be a fast game tomorrow, and, I'm just looking forward to it.
So it'll be like first to 85, 90, something like that.
We'll see.
You talked about it being their biggest game of the year. Is that sort of mentality you guys have to go in with, in a game like that too? I mean, them being kind of the smaller school, you coming in as the ACC school, is that sort of thing you guys feel like you have to match at all heading into a game like that?
We definitely have to be prepared because we can't go into this game thinking that, we're the better team, or we should have the mindset that we're the better team, but we can't take any games off. Just because we've been having success this year and Duquesne's a smaller school. Like I said, this is their biggest game, so they're going to give their best fight. So we got to make sure we match that and, make sure that we win the fight and that we go in there with, high energy and like we're competing versus, one of the top teams in the country. We got to treat it like it's one of those games, like an ACC game. And if we do that, I feel like, we'll take care of business.